First things first, go to your Spotlight search, put Audio MIDI Setup. Then go to Window and go to Show MIDI Studio. When you get there, you will see a box that says IAC driver. You want to double click on that box. And then you will see that the device is not active, so you want to check that box. And that's it. Okay, now you want to open up Ableton. By default, Ableton will take you to Session View. By hitting the Tab key on your keyboard, it'll take you to Arrangement View. That's where we want to be. Okay, if you wanted to add a folder of your tracks to Ableton, the folder's right there. But since I already added a folder that says stems, I'm just gonna grab a random short track I have out of here. Click the first stem and then hit Shift and click the last one, and it'll click them all. Now you want to drag the stems. Now hold Command and then release. Get rid of the MIDI track above by clicking and hitting delete. There's this setting in Ableton called Warp that happens automatically that throws tracks like off timing and stuff, so I want to disable that for each stem I have loaded in by double clicking each track. Going down to the left corner and turning it off. Do that for every track. Just like that. Done. Now it's time to make sure the tempo is the same. As you can see, my tempo for this particular song is 80 BPM. So I'm going to go up to the left corner and I'm going to change the BPM to 80 so everything lines up correctly. Now let's see how it sounds played back. Let's hear it. Everything is lining up. Sounds good. So yep, that's how you import tracks or stems into Ableton. Adding a locator in Ableton is super simple. All you do is hover over a bar line or a measure, right click, add locator. And I want to name this one Intro because it's the beginning of the song. Then I'm going to add another one. And I want to call this one the hook. And it can also be a chorus, but I'm going to name this a hook. And it's just as simple as that. That's how you add locators. Now we're going to learn how to repeat sections mid-song so we can go wherever a singer wants to go. First, we add a MIDI track. Go to Create, Insert MIDI track. Now we're going to go to that grid, the measure grid under the MIDI track, and click pretty much anywhere. We're going to click and drag till we get 2 bars like that. And then to lock those in, we're going to hit Shift Command M. Just like that. Now we're going to go down to the piano roll and double click on the random note and drag it out. Those 2 measures that we created. Yes, just like that. Now it's time to do some mapping. The way to do that is Command M. You see the stuff that lit up? That's everything that's mappable. Now we have to change the output of the MIDI channel to IAC driver. Remember that thing we activated in the very first video? We are mapping the previous button. As you can see, as the music is playing, I hit that so it can be mapped. So once it hits the MIDI note, it will be mapped. As you can see, that changed right there, so now it is now mapped. and you're gonna hit Command M again to get out of map mode. Now we're gonna take that MIDI note that we created earlier and we're gonna drag it to the very end of the first marker we created. And if we have more markers in the song or longer, we would just click on a note, hold Option and drag to duplicate it and put it at the end of every marker if the song was longer. Now we move on to the last part of this video, which is enabling the on and off switch to repeat or choose not to repeat. And the way you do that is enter in key map mode, and you do that by hitting Command K. And see, those colors are different. Now we can simply click on what we want to map and what key we want to control that function. And I picked the R key, and that stands for repeat. And it's just simple as that. Now you will hit Command K to get out of that function. Now as you can see, I can control it with the R key, on and off. Now I want to go up here and change the bars because I want it to be an even bar, an even count when I go into the repeat. So here's a tester. Now right now I have the repeat function activated, so watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how that worked out? It repeated the section. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna toggle it off. I'm gonna hit the R key, and as you can see, it's not yellow anymore. And now the song is gonna play how it's supposed to play now, because I told it to. And there you have it. That's how you repeat sections.